somehow you can liken architecture and interior design to being a doctor and a nurse. There's definitely a longer history of architecture. It started as a male-dominated profession. I think that there's plenty of women in architecture. I think that they absolutely have been making their mark. As a whole, I definitely see that we have a ways to go. I think that there's, you know, the stereotype is that architecture is superior to interior design. Interior design is a women and gay men profession. And that isn't necessarily always the way that the professions work together. It's for me very interesting that when I was in practice, I felt like there was a good mutual respect for the professions, that each profession had an understanding of what they brought to the table and the value of the other profession. And that was the feeling that I got. However, in academia, I feel like there's a much clearer division between the disciplines. In terms of even STEM designation. Architecture is a STEM designated major, and interior design or interior architecture is not, at least at FIU. Those kinds of things, the perception of architecture being more important is also something that we have a lot of struggle against in terms of licensure. So in the state of Florida, architects are licensed, interior designers are always fighting to keep and maintain their licensure. We lost the Title Act a few years ago, and most recently there was a big battle against licensure. So for us as interior designers, there's oftentimes this feeling like we have something to prove, or that we're not always well understood by the public, partially because of things like HGTV, where people think, oh, I can do that, or I have, you know, it's a hobby, it's something I have a talent for. Why would you need a degree? What skills do you really need? How is that really contributing to the health, safety, and welfare of the public? So those are the kinds of things that I'm seeing for sure on my side.
Do you guys have anything to?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with what Katie said. It's definitely, I think there shouldn't be, but there is a difference between the two, how the two skills are looked upon. There's a hierarchy that for some reason, architecture is more noble than interior design. I think also because interior design is a newer, you know, field in a way, or considered a newer divided field from architecture, where I think both need each other and should work together with each other. But it is true what Katie said. And sometimes I think because of several reasons, because of TV or because of just the way it's been imprinted in our brains is, you know, well, yeah, I can go out and buy a pillow, but that is not interior design. You know, we have encountered, Carmelina and I, beautiful projects done by important architectural firms where they were forgetting to put closets. So, well, that's where interior design needs to start designing, because we both need each other. You know, architects need interior designers and interior designers need architects.